What if the people who destroyed your life were sitting in front of you one day, smiling, unaware that you knew everything they had done? Not angry shouts, not violence, just patience and time. This story is inspired by the classic novel, The Count of Monte Cristo, written by Alexandre Dumas. Edmond Dantès once believed that the world rewarded honesty. He believed that loyalty protected you and that love, once earned, could never be taken away. On the day his ship returned to the harbor of Marseille, the sea was calm, the sky open and bright, and Edmond's future seemed certain. He was young, respected, and trusted. His captain planned to promote him. That evening, he was to celebrate his engagement to Mercedes, the woman he loved with a quiet, unshakable faith. Everything was in place. And that was exactly why everything was about to collapse. While Edmond walked through the streets with hope in his chest, others watched him with bitterness behind their eyes. One man resented his success, another desired his future, and a third feared Edmond knew something that could ruin him. None of them believed themselves evil. They simply believed Edmond was expendable. The accusation was written quickly, calmly, efficiently. Treason. Edmond was arrested before he could understand what the word even meant. His questions were ignored. His protests dissolved into silence. The celebration ended before it began. Iron replaced joy. Stone replaced sky. And without a trial that mattered, Edmond Dantès was sent away to disappear. The Château d'If was not built to hold men. It was built to erase them. Surrounded by endless water, its walls absorbed screams, prayers, and eventually silence. Edmond counted the days at first, then the weeks, then nothing at all. Time did not move forward inside the prison, it rotted. Hope decayed slowly, painfully, until believing in rescue felt childish. He thought of Mercedes until her face began to blur. He thought of justice until the word lost meaning. Years passed. Then one night, Edmond heard a sound he thought was imagined, stone scraping stone. Another prisoner was digging. Through months of secret effort, Edmond met Abbé Faria, an old man with a mind sharper than any blade. Faria did not give Edmond comfort. He gave him knowledge. Languages, mathematics, history, strategy. And finally, truth. Faria unraveled the betrayal piece by piece, naming the men responsible and explaining why Edmond had been sacrificed so easily. For the first time, Edmond's suffering had a shape, a reason, and once pain has a reason, it transforms. Hatred did not explode inside him. It hardened. Before dying, Faria revealed one final secret, a vast treasure hidden on the island of Monte Cristo, wealth beyond imagination. Power beyond position, not a miracle, but a tool. Edmond escaped prison by surviving what should have killed him. When the sea finally released him onto the shore, the man who crawled onto land was no longer the sailor who believed in fairness. He was precise, quiet, awake. He found the treasure. Gold does not change a man instantly. It reveals him slowly. Edmond erased his old identity and returned to the world as someone new, someone untouchable. As the Count of Monte Cristo, he moved through society like a shadow dressed in elegance. The men who had destroyed him welcomed him without recognition, impressed by his intelligence, his calm, his generosity. They never saw judgment coming. Revenge did not arrive loudly. It arrived patiently. Each man was given exactly what his own choices deserved. Fortunes collapsed. Lies surfaced. Lives unraveled not by force but by consequence. Edmond watched from a distance, measuring each outcome, believing control would bring peace. But power carries weight. As his plan unfolded, Edmond began to see the damage ripple outward. Innocent people were pulled into storms they did not create. Pain multiplied. And for the first time since his escape, doubt returned. He had become what the prison shaped him into. But was that who he wanted to remain? In the end, Edmond stood victorious, but not fulfilled. He had learned that justice without mercy becomes another prison. That freedom cannot exist alongside hatred. And that time, while patient, demands wisdom in return. He walked away. Not forgiven. Not forgotten. But free. Yet freedom, Edmund would learn, is not something that arrives suddenly. It unfolds slowly, often painfully, and sometimes only after everything else has been stripped away. Even after his enemies fell by their own hands, even after truth surfaced and names were ruined, something inside him remained restless. The past did not disappear simply because justice had been served. He traveled then, not to escape the world, but to understand it again. Cities blurred together, bright salons, silent harbors, candlelit rooms filled with laughter that felt distant. Everywhere he went, people spoke of power, of ambition, of success, yet Edmund saw through them. He had learned what most people only discover too late, that life can be taken from you without warning, and meaning cannot be built on control alone. He thought often of the man he had been, the sailor who believed the world was fair, the prisoner who learned that fairness is fragile, and the count who believed that patience could correct injustice. Each version of himself felt real, yet incomplete. And this is where the story reaches beyond fiction. Because the Count of Monte Cristo is not only about revenge, it is about time, about what waiting does to a person, about how suffering educates those who survive it. Edmund did not become powerful because he was rich. He became powerful because he learned to observe, to remain silent, to let others reveal themselves. Life reflection begins here. Most people want justice quickly. They want answers now. They want pain to be acknowledged immediately. But life does not work that way. Betrayal often hides behind smiles. Truth often arrives years late. And patience, real patience, is one of the hardest skills a human being can develop. Edmund's greatest lesson was not how to punish others. It was how to choose himself after being destroyed. He learned that anger feels productive but drains the soul. That revenge promises closure but often delivers emptiness. And that the most dangerous prisons are not built of stone, but of obsession. In real life, many people carry quiet wounds. They were betrayed by friends, overlooked by systems, punished for mistakes they did not make. This story reminds us that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control what we become because of it. Edmund walked away not because his enemies deserved mercy, but because he deserved peace. And peace, unlike revenge, does not ask you to keep looking backward. If this story resonated with you, if you believe stories can reveal truths that facts cannot, then this channel is for you. Here, we explore classic novels, deep stories, and reflections that stay with you long after the video ends. Subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories like this. Like the video if it made you think. And share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe time heals injustice, or does it simply reveal who we truly are?